Confrontation today. Today we're jumping into Fellow Travelers, Season 1, Episode 2. Or this would be just considered Episode 2. I don't think there's going to be another season. But regardless, the first episode took me by storm. I loved it, and I just couldn't wait to get back to more. But as you guys know, I have 1,000 shows on this platform, so it took me a little time, but we are here. This show, I went to work and I told my friends, I was like, do you want to see what gay sex looks like? And I played this. So, no need for Pornhub. Let's just go to Fellow Travelers. And I have a huge crush on the guy who plays, what's his name? From, what is that show? Everything Went Blank. But the show that I watched all the time that's on Netflix, who's the guy right here, everything literally went blank. Then somebody asked me, how do I not know? I think his name is Matt Boomer. I think that's who they were talking about. Is that who it is? I'm pretty sure that's the guy. As you can see, I have to look it up to make sure I am not a liar. And the answer is yes. I have to tell you the truth, I do not know who he is. I never saw him before. I do know that everybody told me that he's married. I think they said that he had 3 kids and he was a huge activist as well. But I did not know. I just do not know this gentleman. And he's married to Simon Halls. And they make a very good couple. Very good couple. Love it! Shout out to them and shout out to the show. I'm ready to jump right into it. As you guys know, if you want to see this in a full reaction, of course you can. For the second and third tier here on this platform, that will definitely copyright Homage, as well as my other platform, Patreon. So please join one of those platforms today to be able to see this in a full reaction. If you would like to support this channel for free, please hit that like button, share, and don't forget to comment down below. Now, without further ado, let's jump into Fellow Travelers and find out exactly what the show has got to give. We're back. Is he at the diner? He is.
Thank you for coming. You're,
Maggie.
Maggie.
Tim's sister.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Although he swears no one else even came close. He told Marcus he didn't want to see you.
This isn't between me and Marcus.
Well, I don't want you anywhere near my brother.
Why would I fly 3,000 miles if I didn't want to see him?
I don't know. So you can say that you tried?
The wiser, I'm afraid. I am delighted. My wife, Helen, for putting this together like she puts everything together. And you had to return to sender. Thanks, Hawk, for everything.
Surprised you didn't make a toast. Have you become shy?
The men in Europe are much bolder.
Here you go.
Cheers.
He's gotten worse.
I'll take care of it. Your father's asked you to join him, and I'm telling you to do what your father asks for once.
My father. I guess you figure living off his money someday. Maybe even living in this house.
Not a camera in the world that your boss wouldn't put himself in front of. Oh, I'm gonna need a stiff drink. How do you do?
You can pick him, Tim. Lovely. You can pick him, Tim.
Is this your date? Mary Johnson. She works the state?
It takes a confident man to bring his own mother as his date.
The show always shocks me out of nowhere.
I think she might be growing fond of me. She doesn't want to fuck you, Skippy.
She likes women. Why didn't you tell me? We're friends.
Loose lips sink ships.
Very true.
In case you hadn't noticed, I'm bulletproof.
Do you like it this way? Until I get posted overseas. See your eyes on me over there. Buy a villa. I can eat what I want and fuck who I want without anyone giving a damn.
Bridgerton. I was like, what the hell is that show's name?
Hey, you fell asleep. You need to get going.
How are we gonna see you again? I'm gonna look outside and make sure it's clear.
He didn't answer the question, when am I gonna see you again?
Oh, shit.
Christ. New paper boy.
executions of Julius and Ethel Rosenberg are seen by our European allies as an erosion of our moral authority.
The danger it represents in pushing our two countries closer to a catastrophic nuclear war.
Dismissed or forced the resignation of twice as many federal employees for homosexuality. Now, as you may know, we've begun issuing summons to those reported or suspected.
I don't know why you're not more concerned about this. And I am not talking about the future of democracy.
When's your next date with Tim?
I was wondering, since you're in town, if I could buy you lunch. All right, you take care. A real looker and take shorthand? Woo! Girl like that'll fit in real nice around here. Old and rich will live on the wild as always, eating blood and gold. That's right of the 20th century. Who? Lexi. It's that way. That Sean fella's up there, isn't he? Oh, yeah. And he sure as hell ain't no politician.
All fired up about fighting Reds while they send our black boys off to Korea. Because I hear he's not just a little pinko. He a little pinky.
Ask me. The last thing we need is black men spitting on our greatest poet.
We'll send Negroes to jail for being Negroes, into concentration camps for being colored.
From my very earliest childhood memories, I've encountered very serious and very hurtful problems.
Bobby Kennedy. What we are trying
Christ, he hates God.
for our purpose is this.
I'd be happy to explain communism to you, sir.
To shine is so proudly the author of hardly constitute an extensive treatise on any subject.
At any time in your life, did you desire to make the United States of America Soviet?
Such an avid anti-communist. Why aren't you in Korea shooting them?
How about a question from a real reporter?
I know tired of my siblings, always the same complaints. Aren't you grateful I didn't burden you with any?
Speaking of, how is Uncle Howard?
Insolvent. The IRS finally caught up with him. Is that why you asked me to lunch?
Pretty much. Man has a right to see his own mother, doesn't he?
Your father is dying, Hawk. I think it's real this time. He's open to putting you back in the will. You'd get your rightful share. I want that for you. Plus of an heir to carry on the family name, that sort of thing. More than anything, he'd like an apology. It's a significant inheritance, and it's yours for a simple apology.
I'm putting all my husband trapping skills to good use. My parents would be so proud.
Does it bother you that they wouldn't be? Proud of who you really are.
Living 1,000 miles away helps.
For most of my life, I thought I was going to be a priest. I made a mistake, and
Hello. Hello. Nice day, isn't it? Hiding a part of yourself and killing it are two different things. Hello. Hello.
It's better than constantly yearning for something you can't have.
Will you come to my house tonight? I'm having some friends over.
There's nowhere for you to sit. Mr. Coleman's orders. There are times you need to keep your mouth shut, my friend.
Damn. I've been there, Bridgerton.
Whoa!
Everybody, this is Tim. Tim, this is Caroline, Gloria, Louise.
We came together, but no, we're not a couple.
I've heard a lot of that.
You live together.
Why shouldn't we? The neighbors just think that we're roommates on a budget. We're all allowed our secrets.
Max boyfriend again. I wasn't expecting to cry. I was just
that was a fun evening.
Mary says you're Catholic?
I am. Or was. I miss God.
I have God.
Oh, I thought you...
I am.
Then how do you manage?
I'm celibate.
You have to decide what matters most to you.
Well, he has strong willpower.
And all at once the sparks go flying. I know I must surrender to your kiss of fire.
We'd have the same old argument. I don't bother. Like a shot at Sean and Cohn. That was stupid. Yeah. Just couldn't take the going on Langston like they did.
There's no escaping you people. Not even in here.
At least Cohn only likes them big, dumb, and white.
So is Sean.
I don't think so. Wants to be a hero, which is hard to do when you're 4F.
You need something, baby?
Sure, I'll read.
Variety is the spice of life.
You know, Tim is a good guy.
It's not easy. This is.
Sometime, somewhere, I'd like more than this.
Oh, Mom, I like your outfit, sis.
Come say hello to the family.
Have to be honest, we didn't think you'd come.
It's been quite a while.
What do you do for play then? Is Senator Smith's daughter still in the picture?
Francis reads the society page. Harriet tidied your old room.
I'll see you all shortly.
What kind of question
Neither
is that?
snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night.
You been in touch with Hawk?
I'll answer your question if you answer one of mine.
David doesn't limp. There's no injury that I've ever noticed.
Last time I saw Hawk, he was at the cozy corner looking for trouble, which is what you'll get if you don't let him go.
Mary, it's for you. It's a young lady. She says it's important.
Yes, that's fine. I'm going to run these down to the mailroom so they go out today. Who reported you?
I don't know. I don't know. This fellow in my office, he kept asking me out. So many don't like hearing that.
Your father's away.
I knew it would bring you back. Me dying. Letting her make you a mama's boy. You were good at a lot, son, but you were never good at concealing yourself. Have you?
I'd say so. And I'm to apologize for what? Precisely. I'd like to get this right.
For me walking in and having to see you on your knees to that boy, Kenny.
He is holding it together. I would have let him choke.
I'm sorry that not a single fucking soul gives a shit. And that you didn't knock first.
That you didn't knock first.
I'm sorry, Mother.
An apology. See how easy that was? This is what I wanted. The marriage was the way for me to have it.
So that's why you stayed?
That and the same reason that you never do. It's easier.
There is someone now.
I'm glad.
That's whatever his name is.
Where have you been? Doesn't matter. I'm home now.
Doesn't matter, I'm home now.
Looks like Wesley Smith has found his nerve. I didn't know he had it in him. How much are we supposed to take from that sanctimonious son of a bitch?
We can handle Smith. Even the most righteous among us has something to hide.
David is loyal to you, sir.
So you sleep on the sofa then?
Yes, sir. Since Mary has the bedroom, I pay less for rent.
The blue sleepwear appears mannish. Whose is it?
Mine.
No photographs, no scrapbooks.
We don't have time for that sort of thing. We're both dedicated to our work.
And so you're aware, Miss Stewart? We may have questions for your family and your co-workers, too.
They're right out there. The door's locked.
Why is it Hawk's father close?
Caroline, she works at the State Department. They live together. They really love each other.
She's screwed. You're both screwed.
You sound angry at them.
How do you know they live together?
They asked me over. When you were avoiding me. Can you help them?
All right. Write this down. Word for word. Right away, I was taken by your beauty. But I was won over by your mind. I know you love me. And my feelings for you are deep. But I've always known we have no real future together.
You went there, you palled around with a bunch of queers. You're practically on record. Do you realize that?
You're not being Catholic is a problem for me and for my family. You slipped that under Mary's door and refused contact with either one.
They ain't my friends.
Your liabilities. Mary can use the letter to clear herself. Pin it all on Caroline.
Wow.
She loves her. She would never do that.
Watch her.
I don't understand you. I don't understand us. He's on McCarthy's enemy list. They're gonna try and find something on him. And that is the last dirty thing I'm ever gonna do for you.
Mouth is wide open, y'all. I'm sorry. My big old lips.
Listen, I'm on standby for a flight that leaves tomorrow morning. Gets me to Dallas in the afternoon. I love you.
Look at this. Personal AIDS testing.
Looking good. When was the last time you made a really big mistake? I'm on a date, but I could be free later.
With everything that's going on, aren't you even a little concerned?
I work out. I'm young, dumb, and full of cum.
Bulletproof.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Not everybody else is. Take care of yourself.
That's a turn off. Oof. Oh, he knows where he lives. That's right. You know, I really need to go to San Francisco. He's gonna go to his house.
Door's open, Maggie.
This looks like the same house.
You forget your keys. Maybe the dementia's setting in, but I think Hawkins Fuller is standing in my apartment. Don't be afraid. It's not airborne.
Oh, my heart breaks.
It's not what I'm afraid of.
Is he staying for dinner?
If he wants to.
Tim kept trying to warn me. When we were intimate, he said he thought there was something off about her. She admitted it was true.
But you had no idea prior.
No. I asked her to move out right away. She went back to her parents' home in Ohio.
Mr. Kennedy, Marcus Gaines, Pittsburgh Courier. Might I speak with you off the record? Sean himself is actively avoiding the draft. His family owns the Ambassador Hotel and has a few local politicians in their back pocket.
Why are you giving this to me?
Because my paper doesn't have the power to tackle this. And you do.
Which all but ensured the guilty verdict that sent Julius and Ethel to the electric chair.
I'll go see to Lucy. She's taking this pretty hard.
You're on McCarthy's enemies list, sir. They're looking for something on you. We all have something to hide. They can't hurt you. They'll go after someone close to you. He's got 3 weak spots. Booze, Cohn's ego, and the utter uselessness of David Sean.
I wish you didn't have to get your hands dirty so that mine can stay clean. Leonard first brought you by. You wanted to practice on a tennis court.
I hope I haven't worn out my welcome.
Not at all. Not at all. One of the most eligible bachelors in town hasn't married yet. Well, I couldn't think of an answer.
Wow, he really wants his daughter with him.
I'm thinking how horrible it must have been for Ethel, knowing she was leaving her boys behind alone.
You'll make a wonderful mother.
I don't know about that.
You'll teach them to have principles.
You always found my principles annoying, silly.
Nice story.
That's a beautiful article.
What's your favorite Langston Hughes story?
The old and rich who live on while is always eating blood and gold, letting kids die.
You're a very interesting man.
Interesting's a liability these days.
Do you know any more of that poem?
Listen, kids who die. Maybe now there'll be no monument for you, or prison grave, or the potter's field. You are sure yourself that it is coming. And black hands and white hands clasped as one. The song of the new life, triumphant.
I've had carnal relations with a man.
Are you truly sorry for this sin?
Yes.
Well, that was an extremely good episode. I have to say, if I was gonna rate this episode, it would be a 10 out of 10, by the way. But I would like to say, if they followed, somebody actually said this, and it made me think midway while I was watching this show, that there's a lot, and you could see it, there's a lot of postings about this, that they always say, and this is not me trying to bring up something when I'm just watching a show, but a lot of online, they always, when I was watching Heartstopper, somebody on my Facebook posted, Heartstopper, I Love Simon, Royal something or another, I forgot what it's called. I watched that show. This show wasn't on there because I don't think the show came out yet when this posting was being shared. But they were saying, why don't we have a lot more depiction of minorities that are gay and have their own TV shows or series? And I think about it, I don't really think there are a lot of minority gay shows. I don't think so. I'm like looking it up. Maybe there was Pose, but I don't know any others. I'm looking through this. Why is True Blood on her? I've never seen True Blood. Okay, so they're gonna have Orange is the New Black, Pretty Little Liars, The L Word, Arrow, Dear White People. Dear White People is a really good show. Okay, so there's shows. Okay. BuyPride.com. We're over you. And I've never seen True Blood or some of the other shows that as I was skimming through really quickly. But presently, like, but Dear White People wasn't really a gay-based show either, so I'm not really sure why that's on there. Like, I don't know why that. I think there is a gay character. I can't really remember. I haven't seen it in a while. I think there's a gay character on that show, but there isn't. Like, that's not what that show is about. But regardless, they have a lot of non-minority gay TV shows, and sometimes it would be nice if there are, in 2023, 2024, 2025, minority shows. Besides Pose is the only one I can think of, and I think that ended, what, in 2002? Or not 2002, 2022? Or maybe even longer. Maybe that ended a couple of years, like 3 years ago or so. But they did, you know, just to mix it up as well. But back to this show, and if you know any that you're like off the top of your head that is recent, more recent, definitely feel free to comment down below and prove me wrong. But back to this show. Very heartbreaking to see the guy who plays Bridgerton is a really good actor. I've said this in the first episode, but actually, to tell you the truth, everybody's a really good actor. I cannot believe Hawk, I'm gonna call him Hawk. I can't believe Hawk convinced that lady to turn on her girlfriend, but at the end of the day, I guess it would be better for her, the girlfriend, to leave and go back to Ohio than to obviously stay and being put in prison. And what's also really interesting is, at least growing up for me, and even being in the LGBT plus community in New York City, we always hear about the Stonewall riot, but you don't really hear about what they were doing prior. If you're not a person going out and searching for this stuff, like on what happened to the LGBT plus community, going into bars and how they broke through bars. See, when I even heard about it, I knew the cops broke into bars and would arrest gay people for being, you know, in a gay bar and this, that, and the third. But I never truly, if you want me to be honest, knew there was like an executive order that was going around and like that people had to be like this. Like, it's actually heartbreaking. And just imagine being black and gay, especially in this time, is like a double-edged sword, right? But as you see here, even the white folks, they were definitely getting through it, y'all. They were having some tough times. So we have when Hawk said that to his father, that was a gag. That was a squeeze to the lemons of the juices. I thought he was going to just apologize and try to get that whole scenario over so he can get that will. But if the father was saying that shit to me, first of all, the father wouldn't be able to get to his word. I would have watched him choke at least a little bit. But, you know, he did his big one, gave him the water, and then told him to go screw himself. The standout characters for me in this episode definitely was the main characters, Hawk, and Mr. Bridgerton himself. But also the lady, Hawk's secretary lady. She was everything. And then also Hawk's mother was giving me life, liberty, and justice. I actually went to stay with her very nice flowy dress. And then we have the black reporter. There's so many strong characters in this show that it's hard to even break down unless I continue to talk for another 30 minutes on about how amazing each character is. And in this time, sometimes it just breaks my heart because, you know, there are still a lot of LGBT community people out there, or LGBT people out there that still can't or don't feel like they can come out, and especially in more like rural areas. And look at what's happening now. It's kind of interesting that it was so strict back then, and how people would come for you, arrest you, kill you for being gay. Then it slowly started getting better, I believe. And now I feel like it's going back to how it was. Like, they don't want drag queen shows. They, you know, they're being trans right now is, being trans in general is hard, but being trans right now especially, it's like, I feel like it's super dangerous. And it's really sad. It's so sad that people want to be in your bedroom telling you what you can and cannot do. Like, mind your damn business, get out my bedroom, or pay my damn rent. Please pay my rent. You know, just back up. This episode was giving me everything. Definitely emotional when I saw Mr. Bridgerton himself go into that lady's house, and they were dancing and having such a good time, and nobody was judging anybody. Everybody was living their best life. Lewis was wearing the apron and playing around, and everybody was just happy. And then to leave there to go back outside to try to hide yourself and not be who you are, it's just heartbreaking and it's wrenching. I wish that these type of shows could resonate with other people who are closed-minded and that just feel some type of way. Listen, and here's another thing. The people in my generation or generations below that still hate gays, they were raised this way. And even other people before them, they were raised this way because no child is born with hate, okay? You were raised and you were nurtured this way. And I just wish that shows like this would hit them and they could watch it and be like, you know, well, maybe not this show. This show, I mean, if you don't like gay people and you watch this show, you're seeing men doggy style smacking asses. Like, you know, I mean, this would be a punch in the gut, or shove in the throat, or bend to the throat. Let's Andres. Anyways, shove in the throat. Oh God, let's get raunchy. So yeah, this show, there's maybe even Heartstoppers, which isn't anything like this show. Heartstoppers would be a nice little, okay, here, look, two people could be happy and the same sex and fall in love, and we shouldn't judge. But this show at least gives you a little, like, history. We had Kennedy in here, Cohn. It's so interesting. Now that I'm focusing more on these names, I'm like, oh yeah, I know this name. Oh yeah, I know this name. And now I kind of want to Google it and learn more about them. Although, you know, there's some people that I don't want to read about. But there's that. But regardless, I really did enjoy this episode. It was giving me everything. And I'm exhausted. And I still was really, like, in depth, wanting to, like, watch more and more. That's how good this show is. The acting is everything. I really cannot wait until we get into the third episode. If you once again want to support this channel for free, please support this channel for free. Please like and share this video. Want to see a full reaction? Of course you can. Once again, join one of those platforms and be able to see this in a full, lovely reaction. And I'll see you guys next time with more fellow travelers.